Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Oh no, like we're passing toilet paper under the stalls, making sure everybody's good to go. Oh, you're looking at, your makeup. Oh my God, it looks so good. Oh my God, your dress. I love it. Where did you get it? Like, you are becoming best friends with these people in the bathroom. Like,
there should be something where, like, we try to solve all of the world's problems just in women's bathrooms. Like, all right, ladies, get in there, solve world hunger. Don't come out until you're done. 10 minutes later, all right, we got a plan. Oh, great. Like, you make it sound like this utopia.
It is.
It's a perfect universe.
No, it is. And, like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, people, but in my experience, the majority of the time, like, it is, like, best friend land.
World unity.
Like, you are making best friends in that bathroom.
World peace achieved.
World peace achieved.
In women's washrooms.
Absolutely.
Around the globe.
Who knew?
That's all we need to harness the power of women's washrooms.
Yes.
Let's just put a question on the wall of every women's washroom. They walk in, solve the question, come on out. Welcome to the Rom-Com Rewind Podcast.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Devin.
And like you, I love rewatching movies over and over again.
You're joining us here. You enjoy romantic comedies. We do as well.
So this is a show where we rewatch rom-coms, break them down a bit for you, maybe take a peek behind the curtain, dig beneath the surface, and decide, does it still hold up?
This week we have
Holidate.
And if you're listening to us on Spotify, make sure you follow. There's also a bell icon so you can get notified for new episodes. Apple Podcasts, subscribe, leave reviews wherever you like, and you can contact us on Instagram at Romcom Rewind or on TikTok at Romcom Rewind.
We have a message from Karen, and she said, "Yay, I love listening to your podcast. I look forward to it every Tuesday. It's one of the highlights of my week."
Oh, thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Karen.
Feel free to reach out with, anything you want to talk about. Holidate, however, is a 2020 romantic comedy directed by John Whitesell. It's from a screenplay by Tiffany Halson. Holidate is the story of Sloane Benson, played by our girl Emma Roberts. It's set during the holidays, and Sloane is a little bit of a train wreck, let's say, mostly due to her family's unyielding need to badger her about her relationship status, or rather, lack thereof. Enter Jackson, played by Luke Bracey. He, we're going to talk about it, but he has a horrible experience off the top with the girl he is seeing over the holidays, and he decides what I really need during the holidays is platonic, consensual companionship. No love, no sex, no dating, just dating for the sake of having someone to do stuff with on holidays. Hence, holidating, which we learn might actually be what Sloane's character requires to get her family off her back. What are your thoughts on Holidates?
We are right on target for Q3, and I'm sorry, can I call you back? Mom, I'm working.
That's what you wear to work? I want you to meet someone. This is a doctor, and he's single. She's much prettier with makeup.
I'm wearing makeup.
I am done casually dating on the holidays. There's way too much pressure. It's ridiculous.
Try being the only single person left in your family.
Rodney said you didn't call him.
You didn't call Rodney?
Why didn't you call Rodney?
Why didn't you call Rodney?
Because I already have a boyfriend.
Isn't he great? He's my holiday.
What?
I date solely for the holiday. No commitment.
That's what I need for New Year's Eve. We can be each other's holiday.
Come on, friends with benefits never works.
So let's make it official. Non-sexual holidays from now on.
This movie exceeded my expectations. I loved it. It's hilarious, dirty, fun. I loved the comedy, the actors, the writing. Everything was great. The premise for the movie is refreshing for a holiday movie, and it's a great mix of raunchy comedy and a romantic love story. It's a great balance.
It is. I'm glad you mentioned raunchy. I do want to, I read a few reviews, and a few people were like, oh my God, I watched this with my kids, and it's like, oh, no. If it's not rated R, I don't know if it is rated R, but it definitely should be rated R. Or close to it.
It Peter's definitely on that. Maybe they should have watched the trailer first before exposing them to this movie.
Yeah, but I agree. Sneaky good movie. I didn't
good.
expect to like it as much as I did. It also got a little bit of flack on Rotten Tomatoes, which is
It did.
back to the whole like don't believe everything you read.
No, definitely
on there.
not. This is really a good movie.
Very pleasantly surprised. It's a believable love story, especially because like everyone either is or has like a Sloane in their life, like an awesome person, fun to be around, inexplicably perpetually single, which I can only assume causes some stress around the holidays with family, you know, Valentine's Day, sure. The arc they build with these two, it just feels right. Like they have so much fun together. You can see the foundation of true love that's beginning to be built in this story, but it's all very like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like I feel like it's a very 2020 in your 30s romantic comedy.
Do we like this movie more? And we talked about this last week, where we were chatting about how the rom-coms that Netflix is coming out with, or the rom-coms in general that are coming out, are a lot of like teen dramas.
Yeah.
Do we like this movie because it is based in the 30s, and you know the writing is fantastic. The jokes are a little bit more mature and more raunchy, and can we relate more to it? I think
100%. Like this, there were times, maybe it's just because there's a pooping in a dress scene. No spoilers, but it reminded me at times of Bridesmaids.
Yes.
So, but yeah, absolutely. And I think you hit on something important too. That like for a holiday rom-com, especially one by Netflix, I just hope Vanessa Hudgens doesn't pop out with like three twins, and you're like, oh my god, it's another one of these movies. You know, like. Yeah, three twins is not triplets.
Three twins would be 6 people.
But you know what I mean? We're like, oh, the Christmas Prince. Like those movies have their place.
Absolutely,
sure.
I love them, but yes,
I despise them.
Yeah, I know.
So
you do.
this walking in, I'm like, oh man, I hope it's not one of those. And it's not. It's actually it's a proper rom-com, which is good. Just based in. I mean, it only starts out. Like Christmas time, holiday time, and then it goes on to other holidays
and rounds out.
Exactly
at the same time. Yeah. So I appreciated at the very beginning of the movie when she walks in, she takes a last drag of her cigarette.
Sloane's character,
yes, and she's like, "Oh, screw the holidays." I mean, she says something else, but I'm not going to say it on here. And she goes in, and of course, like the first thing that her mom does is like she's on her about like, "Oh, you're here by yourself once again," and also harps on her for her remote work, how she works from home, and that she like. Her attire isn't professional enough. I've been working from home during this pandemic, and I will admit that my work clothes that I normally would wear in the office have been sitting in my closet for 18 months.
Isn't this a wild episode considering they shot it before the pandemic began? It came out during the pandemic, so like she's getting harped on for working from home, and we're all like, oh my, shut the F up.
Yeah,
like, what?
Yeah.
This is life, okay?
Yes,
this is occurring.
Like current life.
There are weeks where you don't change your top, Sarah. It's
okay, well,
pretty
it's not that bad.
No, I mean, it's pretty bad. Yeah.
I have like 2 tops a week, you know, like.
That's not really like.
Okay, it's not that bad, but it is true. Like I haven't touched a lot of the clothes, and we did just start going back to work a little bit. So I don't even have to go shopping because I'm shopping in my own closet. I'm like, oh, look at all the clothes I get to choose from. It's very exciting.
I feel like we should pull that like Marie Kondo, if it doesn't give you joy. Like, have you worn this in the last 2 years? We should do those right now.
You can't use that. And I've chatted with girlfriends about this. You can't do it right now because things have been sitting in your closet for so long because you haven't had to wear them because you haven't been in the office.
That's exactly my point.
No.
That's exactly my point. This is a great time to do it.
No, if I go back to the office, I will wear those clothes.
You missed something, though. Sloane eats a Tic Tac right off the top to cover up that she's been smoking.
Right. Because that's something else that everyone
harps on her
for.
Ways you cover up smoking or just bad breath.
Well, okay, I don't.
Or bad sense.
I was gonna say I don't. Yeah, bad sense. I knew this. There was this person at one of my workplaces actually, who used to douse himself with cologne.
Ugh. It wasn't like Axe body spray, was it?
No, it wasn't Axe body spray.
God.
No. But it was cologne, and so you always knew when he walked by or when he was on his way over because you could smell it coming. And I think he thought that it covered up the smell of his cigarettes, which it mostly did, but the aftermath of like just having cologne in his wake was just even worse than that.
Well, then you kind of smell like a dingy strip club because you smell like cigarettes and
100%.
like cologne and perfume.
100%.
Like, it's just a mix of both smells.
Dirty. They're dirty. Yeah.
I had a friend who, when we went golfing, he would bring 2 golf shirts with him because he didn't want his significant other to know that he was like smoking cigars while golfing. Like, if there's ever a time where you're okay to do that as a guy, that's the golf course. It's free reign. You can have a cigar, man.
I feel like I've also heard of people like bringing extra clothes and changing into them after.
So we have Sloane and her family, and they're getting after her about, not dating. We also meet her aunt.
Yes.
Who holidates. This is where the idea of holidating came in.
Yes, she explains what a holiday is.
She brought a mall Santa who she met. She brings the mall Santa to Christmas dinner, I'm assuming.
Yes, yeah.
And then she talks about, holiday. Like, I just want somebody for a holiday so that y'all get off my back a little bit. So that is the inception of Holidate.
What do you think of the concept of a Holidate?
You know what? We can talk more about it later.
Okay.
I don't dislike it, but it needs a little bit of tweaking. They haven't perfected it yet.
Okay. I'm
but now,
interested.
Let's swing over to Jackson. That is our male lead, and he is with his girlfriend at the time, and they're at her family's Christmas gathering.
Yes.
And it's going horribly. I think he was like, it's gonna be casual. It's gonna be no. These parents. One, they're in love with their daughter. They have like a shrine made out of her bedroom.
Oh, and her first time on Santa's lap. She peed right through to Santa's leg. First ballet recital. And, this is the day she got her first period.
Okay, do you remember when I met your mom and we stayed there for the weekend and she was not okay with us sleeping in the same room?
Okay, Sarah, calm down. It wasn't that she wasn't okay.
No,
we had a conversation about it. Like, I and her had a conversation.
Yeah, and
about
what came of it was that we were not sleeping in the same room.
But we did, though.
Not the first time I was there. 100%. I remember it because I slept in that really creepy room by myself.
It's an old farmhouse. All of them are creepy rooms, so you gotta be specific.
No, after that, and the next time we were able to, but yeah.
So Jackson gets himself into hot water immediately. He's not having a good time. They all have matching ugly Christmas sweaters. She is way too into him, like more into him than he is to her.
Agreed.
Her family is like ready to get them married.
It is awkward. It's a little bit cringy.
And there was one key breaking point. Mm-hmm. And we need to acknowledge just a classic female trap that occurred. And I think Jackson should have known what was going to happen.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void were prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
So she, his girlfriend, gets him a present.
Okay.
It's khakis. It's like 3 different types of khakis.
Yeah, for golfing, yeah.
And then she kind of holds her hands out. She closes her eyes. She's waiting for his present. He didn't get her anything because she told him, we're not doing presents.
Yes, which, do you agree that she should be mad in this instance?
I don't agree that she should be mad. I think that sentence by a woman is always a lie.
No.
You're always lying when you say that.
No. If we agree that there's no presents, there is no presents. Like there will be no presents exchanged.
You're Sarah, you're lying to my face right now.
I'm not.
You absolutely are. You're lying to everybody listening to this pod.
I am 100% not. Like, we have done this in the past where we've agreed no presents.
And you still got me something,
no,
and I still got you something because it's a trap, Sarah.
When was it?
It's
it is
a
not
trap.
No, it's definitely not. No.
Anytime
no.
a girl says
100%.
we're not doing presents, you need to get something. Just anything.
I do not agree with you at all on this. It is, if you guys agree not to get presents. You don't get the other person presents because you don't want the other person to feel like an asshole because you didn't get, or because they didn't get you anything. Why would you get somebody something when you agreed that you wouldn't?
You always get something every time.
No, if you agree maybe, a little something, then you each exchange a little something. But if you agree no presents, you don't do presents.
So this year we agreed no presents.
Like, I actually genuinely have not bought you anything, and I am planning not to buy you anything. Like, literally.
This is some amazing acting.
I hope
Your
you know.
acting has gotten better,
I
Sarah.
hope you know right now, all of our listeners, Devin is not getting anything for Christmas. Like, from me. Don't get me anything. We want to go on a trip.
She also said,
oh my God,
you wouldn't be here on a major holiday if you didn't like me. Because they got into it. Oh, you didn't get me anything. He's like, we agreed not to get anything. She's like, you care about me. You just can't admit it. You wouldn't be here on a major holiday if you didn't like me.
I do agree with that.
I was going to say, I think that's true.
Especially Christmas. Christmas is like a big holiday, like family or family holiday where like most times you end up meeting extended family. Whereas like smaller holidays, like you're not going to meet anybody on Halloween because everybody's getting drunk and partying. You're not going to meet anybody on Cinco de Mayo or St. Patty's Day. Like you're not going to meet the extended family.
No family members.
Right. Yeah. Like Christmas... Yeah, that one you only go over if you at least like the guy,
Christmas,
like the guy or girl.
Thanksgiving, those are family holidays, you know. So Jackson broken up with his girl.
Yeah, well, like good riddance.
He goes to return those khakis.
Oh my God, yeah.
And here we have our meet cute.
Yeah, like I have it as like the meet cute question mark because it is freaking hilarious.
Oh,
this
great.
scene. Okay, there are several scenes in this movie that were almost my best scene. This is one of them. This is where they meet, and this like third-party woman behind them kind of slips into conversation throughout their chat in line to get to the front of the line to exchange what they were both of their gifts that they received from their families.
Yeah, she's kind of jumping into the conversation. You know, he's trying to get money back for his khakis, and they're like, yeah, you get in-store credit, and she's like, hey, I'll give you like $20 on a coupon to get a free burger over here.
No, 2-for-1 pretzel.
Yeah, 2-for-1 pretzels. She also, I can't remember how it comes up in conversation, but she mentions a tattoo she recently got, and she like I think it's on like her rib cage or something.
Oh yeah, like
it's a tattoo of Matt Lauer from The Morning Show.
Yeah,
but formerly of The Morning Show.
Yes,
right?
Yes, formerly of The Morning Show.
Gotta be like top 10 worst tattoos. Obviously, it's not real. This is a movie, but like, what are the worst tattoos you've ever seen? Like on a human being. Like I know this person, and this is the tattoo they have.
People need to do their due diligence in like getting a tattoo to make sure everything's spelled right and like
right, of course.
You know.
Yeah.
And that was something. So a girl I knew in university got a tattoo on her finger. And it was completely spelled wrong. I can't remember.
What was the word?
I can't remember what the word was, but it was missing an entire letter. And the issue with having a tattoo on your finger is that one, it's extremely
rubs.
Painful,
yeah.
And two, like your fingers rub together, so it fades really quickly. So she had to go get it like touched up, and they tried to add in the letter, so it. 1 looked really bad, 2 looked really faded, and 3, it still looked like it was spelled wrong because they tried to like kind of add in a little letter in there. Yeah, it was so really
awkward.
bad.
So yeah, I played on this baseball team.
Oh yeah.
And there was a guy with a tattoo on his neck.
Oh my
God. And
God.
neck tattoos are already like, wow, you're making a statement here.
Yeah, definitely.
Everybody's gonna notice that.
It's a lot.
It said off. Oh. And his thought process was, if somebody gets close enough to read my neck tattoo, they'll be too close and they'll know to off.
What a time to have it in a pandemic, you know? If you can read this, you're too close.
Yeah, hey, you know what? Ended up working out.
He knew.
Yeah. Maybe not a bad tattoo after all.
Oh my God. That is a horrible tattoo. Like, let me just that is some cover up material right there. Like, you need to cover that shit up. All to say, they end up chatting. They I don't know. I think they successfully somehow negotiated a deal with the 2-for-1 pretzel lady, and which is hilarious. And they end up getting their pretzels, and they end up chit-chatting and walking through the mall, and they decide to be each other's holidates. Sloane brings up this concept of a holidate and how they both, don't have anybody for, the upcoming New Year's Eve, and they're like, why don't we just holidate it? And they agree. That's a great idea. So They're now each other's holidates for New Year's Eve.
And the idea is you just need somebody who is a platonic friend to kind of hang out with on these holidays, get my family off my back. It takes away the pressure of, ooh, I got to meet somebody. It's New Year's Eve. No. I'm just hanging out with Sloan.
I need somebody to kiss at midnight.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm with Sloan. We're both single, but we're not, like, looking for anything.
Yeah, exactly. Sloan goes to the New Year's Eve party with Jackson, and they have literally the best time. Like, they are so cute together. They're dancing, they're drinking, they're having fun, and they think that...
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
This holiday thing is the one-time thing. Like, they're going to be each other's dates for now and, like, part ways and whatever. And Sloan tells Jackson that she had her heart broken by Luke. And they broke up wanting different things, but really he cheated on her with the local barista, and now they're dating. So I believe her name is Felicity, and Luke, they're dating. And Sloan's kind of down in the dumps about it. She's really sad about it. She has this, like, commitment thing where she just, like, doesn't want or can't move on. She says she got the advice to always date down. This is terrible advice.
Oh, you think that's date down in terms of, like, just the person as a whole? Okay, all right.
Yeah, that is terrible advice. Do you not agree?
I understand the premise. I wouldn't subscribe to the premise, but I understand why people want to do it. You want to feel good about yourself.
Yeah, but, like,
I'm the better one in the relationship.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's terrible. The fact that you need to have somebody in your life that you feel is lesser than you, whether it's in looks, intelligence, like whatever, to make yourself feel better about you in the relationship, or that they love you more than you love them. Like, that's a terrible way to look at love and a relationship.
Pretty toxic, sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do it, but I understand why people do.
I was going to say, you were married to me. Whoa.
Tread lightly.
Yeah, watch those words. At this New Year's Eve party, they both love to people watch, which is one of my favorite things to do, and give stories to people that they don't know, that they just see. They like to give them stories. And so
Classic move.
Love it. I love to do it in airports. Anyway, there's this one couple who Sloan points out and says they are going to get engaged at midnight. And Jackson's like, really? And she's like, 100%. They're 100% going to get married. So
dude's wearing a tux. He's sweating bullets. Absolutely. Yeah, you can point that out.
So Sloan walks into the bathroom a little while later, and the girl that she saw with the guy sweating buckets, she spilt red wine all over her dress, and it's white, and she's freaking out. She's like, oh my God, like, what am I going to do? I think he's going to propose. I've always wanted to be proposed on New Year's. Sloan walks in, and she switches dresses with the girl in the bathroom. And the dress that Sloan's wearing is like dynamite. She looks great in it. The whole bathroom girls becoming best friends thing is legit.
Right.
It is a legit thing. Like, when you're out at the bar or like out at a pub or whatever, and you walk in and there's like other girls there, the compliments that are given in the women's bathroom that is like the world's biggest booster. Is it like that in the guys' bathroom?
No.
Not at all? Like, do you guys
Absolutely
just go
not.
in, do your business, like do your thing, and then like leave?
It's urinals, right?
Right.
So you're, shall I say, in an exposed situation.
Yeah.
You know, you're probably feeling a little bit vulnerable. Like, guys have a quick chat. Like, hey, how's it going, man? Good.
Yeah.
You good? Awesome.
Oh no, like we're passing toilet paper under the stalls, making sure everybody's good to go. Oh, you're looking at, your makeup. Oh my God, it looks so good. Oh my God, your dress. I love it. Where did you get it? Like, you are becoming best friends with these people in the bathroom. Like,
there should be something where, like, we try to solve all of the world's problems just in women's bathrooms. Like, all right, ladies, get in there, solve world hunger. Don't come out until you're done. 10 minutes later, all right, we got a plan. Oh, great. Like, you make it sound like this utopia. It's a perfect universe.
No, it is. And like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, people, but in my experience, the majority of the time, like, it is like best friend land.
World unity.
Like, you are making best friends in that bathroom.
World peace achieved.
World peace achieved.
In women's washrooms.
Absolutely.
Around the globe.
Who knew?
That's all we need to harness the power of women's washrooms.
Yes.
Let's just put a question on the wall of every women's washroom. They walk in, solve the question, come on out.
It is legit true. Like I am not lying here. I mean, as I'm talking about it, like I'm flabbergasted too, because like, how does it even happen? Like it just happens. Like it's magic.
It's magical.
It's magic.
Seriously, they should have a whiteboard. Post your question.
Oh my God.
And they'll solve it for you.
So she gets back out there in her new white splattered dress, and they do the dirty dancing move.
Oh, classic.
Total classic.
But her boobs fall out.
Which is hilarious. So they part their ways. They don't kiss at midnight. You know, the party ends, and then Valentine's Day rolls around, and they decide like they're not going to be holidates for Valentine's Day because Sloane doesn't really need that. You know, she needed that for New Year's, maybe just some big holidays, but that's it. So she goes to the candy store, which is like one of her vices that she has other than cigarettes, to buy literally the entire store. And she runs into Luke and Felicity.
Dun, dun, dun.
We were lovers for a few months.
Oh, lucky you. Isn't he amazing in bed? He's like the Terminator, only I'm the one who never stops coming.
Hey, Love Muffin. I thought you were going to meet me in Brookside and try out those massages.
All up in each other, loving each other, doing their thing. Luckily, Jackson just happens to be in the mall. This man lives in the mall, honestly.
Well, luckily, because Sloane is kind of spiraling after meeting them. She's not over him.
She's in her pajamas.
It's making things a lot worse seeing them together, and you can just see on her face that she is
distraught. So Jackson actually saves her and comes up to her and pretends to be her boyfriend, and Luke goes, oh, like, who's this? And she goes, oh, like, this is Jackson, like, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, it makes Sloane look good.
Who's more attractive, Luke or Jackson?
Oh, Jackson, hands down. Yeah. Yeah. You would disagree? You think Luke?
Yeah, I think Luke.
Why?
I think
he's such a douche.
Yeah, but we see him shirtless
with
later
his
on.
petite glasses.
Yeah, but like I don't know, there's just something about him, there's an air about him that...
Yeah, there's an air about him of an asshole. That's what the air is.
But Jackson does save Sloane.
They decide to be holidates for Valentine's Day with no benefits, though. There's no benefits. They're going to be each other's holidates for, every holiday, minor, big, whatever. The only benefit being that they can be each other's dates to holiday events and no sex.
Yeah.
A few that roll by, St. Patty's Day, they run into her entire family who's hanging out without her. This is what I always found really weird. I mean, I know they needed to bring in the characters that they had in the movie more into the movie, which was her entire family.
Yeah.
But like they were everywhere together. I don't know a ton of families that like do every holiday, including St. Patrick's Day, together.
Well, the St. Patty's Day one is weird because that's not a family holiday. Also, this is where I think we can talk about they haven't perfected the holidate theory yet.
Why?
Because I think there are some holidays you don't want to holidate on.
Oh, yeah.
Because like we talked about it, family holidays, absolutely. Christmas, Thanksgiving, put me in the game, coach.
Mm-hmm.
Easter. And then I would say like hardcore relationship ones, like Valentine's Day, you want a holidate for that.
Agreed.
But holidays where casual sex is definitely up for grabs, you absolutely don't want a holidate on those days.
Yeah, like Halloween, St. Patrick's Day.
Two great ones, even Cinco de Mayo, sure.
Yeah.
Patty's Day, absolutely.
Yeah, that's like some green beer kegger during the day type stuff.
It is, not to sound like a typical asshole male, it's easy to pick up on Patty's Day. If you want to have fun, Patty's Day, done.
Oh,
here we go.
God.
And actually, I think he even mentions that he picked up some girl's number.
Yes, he did. He picked up one of the waitresses.
Yeah, later on, he's like, when's the last time you had sex? Like a year? And she's like, when's the last time you had sex? And he's like, I don't know, like a week ago?
Yeah.
Our waitress on St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, like he's making moves. And I mean, it's a holiday with no benefits, right? So for him, he still wants to get...
Yeah, you can pick up.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. I think we can perfect this a little bit better. on when to holidate.
And so then, okay, I'm going to jump to Easter, though.
Yeah. Okay.
One of the best scenes, and again, this isn't my best scene, but it is one of the best scenes in this movie, is when they're playing that song while the kids are on an Easter egg hunt.
Yes, Ludacris.
Yeah,
so
okay.
good.
Like, I was dying. I actually rewound it and rewatched it because I was like, this is like the best thing happening in my life right now.
An absolute legion of children
Oh my
running
God,
down
yeah.
a hill.
Yeah, looking for Easter eggs, chocolate, give it to me all. That song playing, that was perfect. Like, that was like the essence of the movie. Like, such a an innocent thing happening. The kids are on an Easter egg hunt, and then like the raunchy side of it, like that song being played was
100%.
perfect. It was just a perfect balance of this movie. Well, we're at Easter brunch, I believe, and we are at Sloane's mother's house. She brings Jackson to Easter because that is another family holiday that I think I would like to have a holiday for, right?
Yeah.
That's one where I'm sure she'd be harped on for not having somebody, and which she in fact is by her mother again. And her Aunt Susan's there, and she shows up in a bunny suit, and I'm dead. Like, honestly, like, she kills me.
Aunt Susan, played by Kristen Chenoweth.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, but like it's not just like a bunny. It's like a slutty bunny.
Oh, it is a slutty bunny.
Yeah,
like,
it's not a normal bunny. Because Farouk
Correct.
shows up as a bunny, but he's like, it's for the kids, it's wholesome. And
Yeah.
I think about Halloween, there's the Mean Girls quote, like, Halloween's just an excuse for girls to dress up slutty and no other girls can talk shit about it, right?
Yes.
What are the other moments or times where you can dress slutty just for the sake of it?
St. Patty's Day.
Oh, yeah, St. Patty's Day is good.
I guess, like,
Kiss Me, I'm Irish, or,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can have those. I mean,
because she's going all out. Like, Easter, I'm not picturing provocative outfits, but hey, Aunt Susan made it happen.
well, and Mean Girls does a really good job at showcasing the Santa costumes.
Oh my
during
God,
Rockin' Around the
yes!
Christmas tree. Yeah, like
Yes.
you could be a slutty Santa's helper.
Like, we're
I don't
really
know. I don't know what it
sexualizing
is.
Santa helpers.
We are. We really are.
I don't know if I love that.
I don't
It
know.
feels weird.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely does. I mean, I'm like cringing through this. No. But it's true. Like,
But Mean Girls did it like tongue in cheek. Like, I think people in the crowd were like, "Ooh, whoa,"
Yeah.
like they were drawing attention to the fact that.
and then
this is
there's Amy
uncomfortable.
Poehler being like, "I'm a cool mom."
Oh man, Amy Poehler. God.
I think it's few and far between, and I think Halloween is the biggest one. And it is true that sentence, that quote from Mean Girls, it is. I mean, now I'm all about being like Mr. and Miss Potato Head, or like
Nothing sexy
No.
about that. It's the opposite, actually. You
yes.
become
What
less
was
attractive.
what were we
for
this
sure.
year?
Oh, you were.
Oh yeah.
This is really. This is the ultimate non-sexy costume.
Yeah.
And please, if you're listening, feel free to Google this person.
Yeah.
Sarah, including like giving herself a little bit of a tummy. She
Yeah.
went as Tampa Bay Buccaneers head coach Bruce Arians. She had the glasses. She had the fake goatee.
I had like the ball cap. I had the jersey. I had like
the headset. She had a headset. She had a playbook.
I was the head coach. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a referee. Like, you can be a sexy referee, but you can't be a sexy Bruce Arians.
you-
I'm sorry,
you
Bruce
can't.
Arians.
Well, I mean, I was.
No, you weren't. You were absolutely not.
If you want to see a picture of it, let us know.
Yeah, we'll toss it somewhere.
Yeah, we'll show
on
it.
our Instagram.
Definitely. So, and they kind of sneak Cinco de Mayo in here. They don't really like broadcast it too wide, but this is the night that they have sex.
Yeah, well, do they?
They end up having too many shots. Well, do they? You don't really know.
So they wake up.
I think they did.
Jackson is on his couch. Sloane is sleeping on the ground.
Yeah, wearing his boxers.
So they start playing out the, hey, do you think we had sex? And Jackson is, I think, not clothed. He has a blanket over him.
Yeah.
And Sloane's like, no, we absolutely didn't have sex. And then she stands up. She's wearing his like
his boxers.
his tight boxers. We're gathering that maybe they did.
Yeah.
But then it's funny because he's like, isn't there a way for you to know?
I died. I was like no, like we don't have a button where you press did it. Okay, so July 4th rolls around, Independence Day.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
This again, one of the best scenes, but not my best scene.
Okay.
Boys and explosives. He blows
fireworks.
Okay, Jackson blows off his middle finger.
Yeah, they do tee it up that the girls are all up at like the cottage or whatever,
Drinking,
having some drinks, smoking a little bit
time. Yeah, smoking weed, which
and the guys are like throwing firecrackers. And of course, eventually Jackson has an accident.
Could that actually happen with like firecrackers?
I don't know if you could blow a finger right off, but I think, oh man, good question, maybe. If he was gripping it.
Have you ever played with?
Of course, we've talked about this. We've there's the scene where there's
you put it in the butt, right?
Yeah, that's a different story.
Oh, okay.
So if you're gonna ask, do guys enjoy playing with fireworks? Yes, we do.
That's the difference between guys and girls.
I've grown out of it, but yes, I have done so when they're there's somebody in the canoe and they're firing Roman candles at them. Yes, I actually got into my local newspaper. We weren't shooting the Roman candles at cars.
Right.
We were shooting them at each other, and there happened to be a few cars that maybe almost got hit. So the police were called. We ran away. But yeah. So that scene, totally accurate. Guys do that. Yeah, there was a so it was my birthday and somebody convinced me. Because we were like putting the firecrackers in the ground and then shooting them up in the air. Somebody's like, "Hey, I bet you wouldn't like grip the firecracker between your butt cheeks and let it go off like that." And so I'm like, "Hey, I'll do that."
Oh my God.
Sure enough, so clench my butt cheeks. I was holding it there.
Don't bet him anything.
They lit it. And it ended up like burning my one ass cheek. But then here's the problem, Sarah, with this scenario, is that you can't move. Because I was like, oh my God, it's burning my butt. But I am the anchor.
No.
I am the anchor for this firecracker. So if I move, I could shoot it at somebody. So I had to take one for the team and just sit there as it was burning my ass until it went off into the air.
Would you do it again?
No.
That's a good. No.
The only reason you do that is to tell the story about how you did it. Right. I just told that story. Hey, it happened.
Right, and
there
you're
were
very,
witnesses.
very happy about it.
Well, I'm not happy about it, but
well, I mean, like you're happy that you have the story.
I have the story. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jackson blows his finger off.
Do we have a first aid kit by chance?
Maybe Band-Aids, why?
Jackson, he just blew off his finger. A little bit.
Oh my God!
Okay, gang, a little hustle, please. We gotta find that finger.
Got it!
Yeah!
Yes! Booyah! Good eye.
There's a lot of people there that could drive, but for some reason, Sloane is the one who, one, can't drive, and two, is chosen to drive to the hospital. So she hits a few things on the way out, which was very comical, and they get to the hospital, and the amount of finger jokes that they make during this hospital visit, it was so funny. And guess who is the doctor on call? Farouk, yes. He's there. He is being the doctor for Jackson, and there's a moment where Farouk and Sloane kind of get a little bit close, and Jackson does not like it.
Gets a little jealous.
He is very high, but he gets very jelly. And this is kind of where you start to see the feelings come out. They go back to the apartment. Sloane is helping him, settle in, make sure he has everything before she leaves, and they have a moment.
So just to be clear, Farouk reattached the finger, so the finger's now back on.
Yes.
But yeah, they do have a moment. Jackson's kind of like, yeah, you can leave if you want. They constantly do this, like,
dance.
It's like high school bullshit. Like, oh, I'll leave if you want me to leave. Well, if you want to leave, you can leave. Well, I guess if you don't need me here, I'll leave. Well, I don't necessarily need you here, so I guess you could leave. Like, it's, God.
It's just tell each other that you like.
Communicate, guys.
Communicate. Tell each other that you like each other. So they have a moment. Nothing comes of it. She leaves. He, like, longingly looks after her as she exits the door, and Sloane seems to think that if Jackson continues to go as her date to her younger brother's wedding, that he likes her. But if he bails on Sloane, then she knows that he doesn't like her. Jackson ends up calling her saying, I was invited to York and Liz's wedding, but I don't know if we should go together. maybe we should bring other people. And Sloane right there knows that, yeah, you know what? Jackson doesn't like her, which sucks because he does like her. It's just such a weird, like, again, like running around saying the exact same things to each other, but not actually like coming out, just saying that they like each other. So Sloane brings Farouk to the wedding. And Jackson, this is a weird one, brings Aunt Susan.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? Like, that came out of left field. Like, why? I guess they couldn't add another character to the story.
Hey, we couldn't have another person.
No. Budget, no.
Not this late in the game.
When Aunt Susan puts his sewn on finger in her mouth, I gagged.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch it. And of course, like, she's seen if Jackson can actually feel anything. But of course, to Sloane, it looks like she's being the horny aunt that she is.
Well, I think
it's both. I think it's a little bit of both. Yeah, I know. I give Aunt Susan too much credit. But yeah, so like they're both kind of jealous of each other and each other's dates, and it's quite apparent, but not to them. And then the father-daughter dance happens.
What was the song? Do you remember?
I'll Make Love to You.
Ooh. So, it's honestly, it's so tough picking songs for weddings of that nature. Like, with my mom, I'm like, man, what do we even do here? I had to Google, like, what are safe songs to do as, like, a mother-son dance?
Yeah.
This one clearly, that's a bad song. And both Sloane and Jackson.
Oh, no, that is the worst possible song. I'll make love to you like you want me to.
And they're like
for a
slow
father-daughter dance. Oh, and he's loving it. Like, I don't know if he knows what song is playing right now. And Liz, come on, girl. You know better. Like, you should hear the lyrics of what's happening right now at your wedding. It was weird.
But you know what? It happens all the time, especially with like the bride and groom first dance songs. Mm-hmm. There are lots of stories of people just picking like really like intense heartbreak songs, and they don't realize that it's about like cheating and all the
do people not do their due diligence and understand what songs they're picking?
No, they don't.
That's awful. That is terrible. And so like it kind of ends there, really. So the Halloween party's next, and this family really does everything together as a family. So Liz and Abby. So Liz is York's now wife, and Abby is Sloane's older sister, and they're all at a Halloween party together. And Sloane sees Luke and his girlfriend and Felicity, and she's pregnant, and Sloane has an absolute meltdown.
She also does the math. 9 months ago was
V-Day, Valentine's Day.
So they conceived on that day that we saw them the first time.
Yeah, the two times. Mm-hmm. Once Valentine's Day, now Halloween.
Boom.
And her sister gave her something while they were going into the party, and I think it was supposed to be like an Advil or something like that, but it turns out that it was a laxative. And so after she starts having this meltdown when she finds out that Luke and his girlfriend are pregnant, she wants to go home, and of course Jackson, being the wonderful man that he is, he takes her home, and in the elevator up to her apartment she starts feeling the side effects of the laxatives. And
not really side effects, the effects of the laxatives.
The effects, not side effects, the effects of the laxatives in the elevator, and she is dying. And of course, her costume is so tight on her that Jackson's having a hard time undoing it, and she's stuck in her costume. She's racing to the bathroom, saying she doesn't want to be the girl who shits in her pants. And so she does make it to the bathroom, luckily, just in the nick of time. And he is such a wonderful man because he washes her off in the tub. Yeah. Like, it was like weirdly romantic, but I'm like, you're washing shit off of her.
I was going to say, like, I was confused that they never showed the water. So I'm like, what? How in-depth is this? Like, did she shower first and now
How far up her back is the shit?
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
Seriously, though, because we only see him, like, washing off her back.
It's like a baby when they have a poop explosion.
Yeah, which is very cute, but at the same time, you start doing the math. Oh, I think it's adorable.
A poop explosion with a baby.
No, the scene.
The scene. It's like a poop explosion with a baby is not cute. I've seen it.
No.
It gets in all the crevices. No,
those are not romantic. This was weirdly romantic, but at the same time, I'm doing the math. I'm like, why is he rinsing her back
right after her own poop explosion.
What happened?
Yes,
here? Okay.
no, he is a wonderful man for doing that. Like that is intimate. If they, at this point, I was like, if they do not get together, there are major issues with these two.
Well, and here's another weird thing: is this the night they have sex?
This is the night that they have sex. Jackson spends the night, and you know what though? They just fall asleep.
Right. They don't have
sex that night.
They
no.
do it the next morning.
And they almost kiss the next morning, but she says she hates in movies when they kiss in the morning because she thinks it's gross. But then they end up kissing anyway, and then yes, the steamy sex scene.
This was a hot sex scene. Like, damn, I was not expecting it. Well, it was really, it was intimate. It was romantic. Oh, baby.
Devin liked it.
Yeah, but it was also a little weird. Like, we just went over the poop explosion.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
5 minutes ago.
It leads into this, yes. Yeah.
Like, this is where we went from poop to sex right away.
Yes.
Cool. This movie did a good job at actually building out the love story, and it was an emotional, it's all been emotional the whole time, right? Mm-hmm. They've emotionally been dating. They just didn't really understand that that's what they were doing.
Oh, absolutely. They have no idea. Here's the difference between what they're doing and what Aunt Susan does. Aunt Susan, when she holidates, she brings a different man to every holiday.
Right.
So it's like a one and done. Like it is like, I bring you here for Christmas and we're done. I don't bring you to a second holiday. Whereas
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
The difference is they are bringing each other to every single holiday. He's getting to know her entire family in depth. Like they are friends. Like she can leave him and he will have a conversation with his family. He was invited to the
wedding.
Yeah. It's a lot more intimate than what Aunt Susan does. And I think they never fully really come out and say it. You just kind of gather it throughout the movie. But that is a big difference between what Sloane and Aunt Susan do. So Sloane's kind of an asshole the next morning. I think she's afraid of commitment and she's afraid of what's happening. She kind of just tells him to leave. Like, yeah, we did it. The holiday's over. So you can move on now. Like, I'll see you next holiday.
But again, they do the whole... like you can leave if you want. Oh, do you want me to leave?
Yeah.
Well, I don't. If you want to leave, you can leave. Guys!
Yeah.
Talk about your feelings a little bit.
So Jackson does leave and he's chatting with his best friend saying it hurt that she asked me to leave with no coffee or breakfast or snuggles. And I found this so funny because it's usually the opposite when guys think that that's all women want, when it's him in this instance saying, well, like, I'm hurt. Like I didn't get coffee. I didn't get morning snuggles.
Yeah.
They portray it in media that women want that, right?
I was going to say.
Yes, yeah.
I appreciate. Listen, Jackson, on behalf of all men, yeah, we like cuddles sometimes. This is an important part of the process. Need a little bit of emotional connection here. I need some. Yeah,
I love it. So a few months go by. It's Thanksgiving, and of course Sloane is there, and they've left off on a really weird foot with Jackson, right? So Sloane doesn't really know if Jackson's coming to Thanksgiving. She just kind of assumes that he is. And she gets there, and of course Jackson's not there yet, and the mother's harping on her as per usual. The mother destroys the Thanksgiving dinner, and so Sloane's like, okay, well, I'll go to the store, I'll go pick up, which again, I don't know why she's the one driving.
It's a little plot hole, isn't it? Anyway,
right? And so Jackson shows up at that point, and he says, you know what, I'll drive. I'll go with you, because he fully knows that she can't drive. So they get to the supermarket, and they're walking up and down the aisles, picking out stuff that they need, and they get into it. He confesses that he likes her, but she still pushes him away. And this is my best scene, because like his expression of the emotions and just like this entire scene, because like it was back and forth, and the comedy that still they were able to put into this scene killed me. Like at the very end, when she starts talking about Ryan Gosling and how he doesn't do his own groceries because he's too cool for that, it just rounded the entire scene out so well. Like it started so emotional and then it ended just so funny. I just loved it so much. Do you think that Jackson is better looking than Ryan Gosling? He might be for me.
You think he is?
I mean, don't get me wrong. Ryan Gosling will forever be on my Mount Rushmore.
What?
But I do like a good accent.
Is it only the... Okay.
No, he is attractive.
Here's my thing about Jackson. During this movie, I actually had to Google how old Luke... What's his name? Luke Bracey?
Yeah.
I had to Google how old he is. Because there are times where he looks like he's in his mid-40s.
This is crazy. I also agree. And I also had to Google how old he was, and he is not in his 40s.
No, he is...
He's 32.
Yeah, but he looks like he's in his 40s occasionally.
Sometimes.
Yeah, he's 32.
I still think he's really attractive, though, especially with that Aussie accent.
He looks the same age as Ryan Gosling. They're just probably 15 years different.
Ryan Gosling doesn't age.
Oh, my God. So, yeah, I think he's attractive, but, doesn't look... I'm so sorry, Luke Bracey. Yeah, for a 50-year-old, very attractive.
No, for a 32-year-old as well. I'm not going to say no. Definitely not.
Oh, man.
So Sloane gets back from the supermarket and all hell breaks loose. They tell Sloane that she's usually the reason things don't work out with guys because Jackson at that point just leaves. She gets all worked up and tells her sister out loud that her life is a mess, and she spills the beans that her sister made out with the Black Panther at the Halloween party, which we omitted earlier.
Yeah, that's Jackson's friend. He came to the Halloween party.
Yeah. They made out. It was kind of just which is not cool, man. You're all worked up about, clearly your life is a mess because you had to bring somebody else down. And so Aunt Susan's date for Thanksgiving is a man named Wally. And she's not really into him, but again, just a holiday, just somebody to have there. And
well, he's having a connection with the mom,
He is having a connection with the mom. You are so right.
But he ends up having a heart attack or a stroke.
A heart attack, yeah. And Aunt Susan kind of just hands off, I don't want to go, I don't want to deal with this, which is super cold of her. I loved Aunt Susan up until this one point where I'm okay, you got to buck up. Come on, girl.
Yeah, this is your date.
Yeah, this is your date. You got to take responsibility and not even responsibility, just have some compassion.
Yeah.
And so her and Sloane, which I don't know why, again, these two go to the hospital. And again, Farouk is there on call. The poor man, he just works the whole time. And Aunt Susan and Farouk confess their love for each other.
Yeah.
So cute.
They had a little thing. But we also get to, Susan kind of having an intimate moment with Sloane, talking about all the things she's done wrong in her life. And Sloane, realizing the error of her ways. Wow, you know what? I had a great thing with Jackson. I loved him. The understanding is starting to dawn on her.
Yeah, and I think she also sees the correlation between Aunt Susan and her.
Yeah,
and that
very similar.
She loves her Aunt Susan, but if she continues, just pushing love away, she will end up like Aunt Susan.
Well, and then they go to the mall.
Yes, they go to the mall
and
again
who's always
with her
at the
entire
mall?
family. And who's at the mall? Jackson.
Jackson.
He's literally lives there. And side note, we never said this, but he is a professional golfer.
I've got what should have been about that.
Yeah. So Sloane and him exchange glances on the escalator, and Sloane kind of just ignores him. And Jackson's like, what the hell, man? This, I spend basically a year dating this woman, and I confess my love to her, and she just blows me off. And so then Abby, one of Abby's daughters, actually tells Aunt Sloane, what the heck are you doing? This is the time. You need to run back there and do something. And so Sloane's I don't know why this kid decided to make Sloane give her enough confidence to do this, but she's yes, oh my God. And so she runs to make a big gesture, an impassioned speech.
This is my best scene, actually.
Okay, you take it away.
She's looking for Jackson, though. She's in the crowd at the mall. She lost him. It's around the holidays once again.
It
so
is, yes, Christmas.
She's yelling, Jackson, Jackson. And then eventually, so there's a choir on stage singing. And Sloane takes the opportunity between two of their songs to jump on the stage and yell, Jackson. And then the choir leader is kind of, this is funny.
Jackson.
I've never seen that happen in a movie.
I loved it.
It's such a cliche thing. Let's be real. It's a rom-com. Of course, one of the love interests ends up chasing after the other,
always
yelling their name. But they throw in the choir listening to her, and they're like, Jackson! And then he hears it, and he turns around, and he sees her. And I didn't think this was going to be a weep warning when the speech started.
Wow.
Because she starts off with an F-bomb.
Yeah, totally.
And you're like, okay, so this is just a funny speech to end the movie. Great, whatever. And then she does get she gets emotional, but she gets vulnerable. And I think that's really important. She talks about...
What I want to say is you were right. I do have feelings for you. Letting you go has been one of the biggest mistakes of my life. I'm miss you so much. I thought I wanted a holiday, but the truth is, I just want you. For all holidays and weekends. Weekdays too would be nice.
She's just really real with Jackson about how she hasn't been great, and kind of, it absolutely was a weep warning. It was a really sweet way to end the movie. I loved it.
Me too. I thought it was really really cute. Again, a really good balance of like comedy in her speech, but also very passionate and loving in getting Jackson back. And I love when he like pretends to walk away and goes, yeah, nah. And then he like turns around and he's like, just kidding.
Yeah.
I loved that. That was good.
Oh, really? I didn't actually.
No,
I'm
you
like,
didn't.
It was funny, and then it was really sweet and emotional. We should have just left it at that. We didn't need to make it funny again, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah. And then, I mean, obviously they kiss. Slow-mo, run to each other, and then they
Classic.
kiss. Totally.
Then we roll the credits. But we also see, right before we finish,
yes, my
Sarah's favorite thing.
Yeah.
Everything needs closure
100%.
with Sarah.
Yeah.
So we see each relationship. We see Farouk and Aunt Susan. We see Jackson's friend and the original girlfriend in the family. He's now dating that chick. We see Jackson and Sloane. We see everybody ends up
We see
happy.
Wally and Elaine.
That's right.
Yeah. Quick facts. In the early days of this movie's release on Netflix, the Halloween party sequence featuring a character dressed up as a big black cat and calling himself the Black Panther had several speaking lines referring to Chadwick Boseman. Sadly, Boseman passed away in 2020, just prior to this movie's release in October 2020. Following his death, the lines referring to Boseman seem to have been edited out and or recorded over, though in a few instances, the original lines still appear in a closed captioning during the scene.
Oh.
The movie takes place in Chicago, but it was filmed in Atlanta. Emma Roberts' aunt is Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't put two and two together. She also had her first acting role when she was 10 years old alongside Johnny Depp and Penelope Cruz in the movie Blow. Sloane says Ryan Gosling would never shop for his own groceries and that he's too cool for that. Then someone who looks sort of like Ryan Gosling appears to be standing directly behind her.
I was really hoping it was actually going to be Ryan Gosling.
Me too. But then I was like, oh, I don't know if they'd be able to get that.
It would be cool if they could.
It would be. It would have like been the icing on the cake for this movie. Absolutely. The Lester ventriloquist doll that Sloane refers to, briefly seen in the ceiling fan at her apartment, was based on Willie Tyler's main ventriloquist dummy, Lester. Although the toy version of Lester can still be purchased, it was very popular in the 1970s and 1980s as sold through retailers like Sears. Jessica Capshaw, just like her character Abby, has 4 children in real life. Screenwriter Tiffany Poulsen also wrote Nancy Drew, which also starred Emma Roberts. I loved that movie when it came out. Kristen Chenoweth and Nicola Peltz, who plays Luke's girlfriend, the barista, both played in Deck the Halls.
Cool.
The movie. This is Kristen Chenoweth's 6th Christmas movie. She's been in 12 Men of Christmas, A Christmas Love Story, that was a Hallmark, Deck the Halls, 4 Christmases, Holidate, and of course, animated movies, The Star and the Peanuts movie.
What is with her and holiday movies? This is a very weird niche that Kristen Chenoweth has.
I know the Hallmark one because I've actually seen it, is a singing one, so she was able to sing during the movie. She's a really, really good voice. She was in Glee.
Yeah, isn't she like have like a country music album or something?
Well, and she's also huge on Broadway.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Luke Bracey and Emma Roberts both made films with Dwayne Johnson. Emma Roberts in Empire State and Bracey in G.I. Joe 2. When Sloane tries to get Jackson's attention at the mall near the end of the movie, the assistants from the crowd inquire to say Jackson's name is a callback to Crocodile Dundee reference made by Sloane when she first met Jackson. In the ending of the film, Crocodile Dundee, that same tactic is used to get Crocodile's attention in the subway station.
That's really funny. I did not make that connection.
The morning after they sleep together, Emma Roberts' character places the sheet over her face to guard him from the dreaded morning breath. She states that she hates when people kiss in the mornings in the movies because she thinks it's gross. Julia Roberts does the same thing in the movie America's Sweethearts. Kristen Chenoweth, who played Easter in American Gods, finds her mate in an Easter bunny costume.
Oh, that's funny.
Mm-hmm. I made that connection right away.
I did not, and I watched American Gods.
Yeah, and I didn't.
Yeah.
Honorable mentions. My honorable mention is Kristen Chenoweth because if she's not your honorable mention in this movie, then what are you doing with your life?
Yeah, she was the easy choice. I really liked her.
She's so good in it.
I do just want to shout out Emma Roberts. I think she's so funny.
Underrated.
underrated. I want to see her in more stuff.
Me too.
Like We're the Millers. She's great.
Oh, she was so funny in We're the Millers.
So funny in We're the Millers.
Yeah.
So good in this. Think she needs more starring roles. I want to see more of it.
I don't have what should have beens because I was very happy with the way this movie ended. I have no what should have beens.
Maybe I'm just being a guy, but Jackson, as a professional golfer, he's a golf pro, his finger gets blown off in a firework accident.
And he doesn't seem too concerned about it.
That could potentially be the end of his career. In fact, like you were talking about the moment with Susan, like he's talking about how he can't feel his finger anymore.
I totally forgot.
One, how many months of rehab is that?
Yeah.
Will he be ever be able to golf ever again? Because golf, like honestly, it's like 50% grip.
Wow.
Like gripping the club.
You're so right.
I saw that right away. I'm like, well, so his career's over. And they just never mention it.
No, they never even bring it up. Also, they never show him golfing.
No.
The entire movie.
He never once swings a club.
Yeah, it just dawned on me. Like, they never show him actually on a golf course golfing.
Well, he's with other people at a driving range and they're hitting golf balls.
Yeah.
But he never actually. Oh, I think he's at a. No, there is a moment where he's like at an indoor place and I think he's swinging a club. But I don't remember actually seeing him hit it. Maybe
no,
he's
but
chipping.
he's never been on a golf course golfing.
He's in the mall more than he's on golf courses.
100% he is.
Yeah. And overall rewatchability.
So my rewatchability is as follows. Chemistry 4.5, storyline 4, thirst factor 5, imagination 4, soundtrack 4, cheese 4 for an overall score of 4.25 out of 5. Very high.
I have chemistry 4, storyline 4.2, thirst factor 4, imagination 3.9, soundtrack 4, cheese 3.5.
Okay.
For an overall score 3.9.
Oh.
What did you have?
4.25.
Oh my God, that's high.
I know it is.
That's very high.
I really
Sarah.
liked this movie.
This has been the Rom-Com Rewind of Holidate. If you're listening to us on Spotify, make sure you follow, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, leave a review, chat with us on Instagram or on TikTok.
Thanks for listening.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No